Good morning, everyone. It's great to see some familiar faces, and I hope to meet everyone this afternoon. Just wait for it to present. So my name is Paul Rivera. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Kalibrr, a platform where jobs find you. This is the problem that Kalibrr wants to solve. In the Philippines, Indonesia, many parts of Southeast Asia, it can take up to 1 year for a college graduate to find a good job, right? And I'll show you exactly why, but if you compound how difficult it is to search for it online with how difficult it is to actually get to a job interview, you wonder why it takes them so long. This is the main problem that they have. This is a job board where they are forced to search for a job. When you speak to job seekers, the problem that they have is they actually don't know what job to search for. When they apply to jobs, this is what the inbox of a recruiter looks like. They're flooded and inundated with candidates who are often unqualified for that job. When they look at these candidates, this is the resume that is received. You'll get some academic background, maybe some work experience, highlighting some skills. Is this information enough for you to make a data-driven decision about who you should interview, let alone who you should hire? You can't see it at the top, but I'm just re-emphasizing the problem that job seekers have with platforms like JobStreet and JobsDB, is that they don't know what to search for. And because of the way these job boards are structured, they're chronologically listed. What if the job that I'm looking for is on page 5 of the search results? How often do you go to page 5 of your Google search results, let alone page 2? Right? So the infrastructure, the products that have been built that exist in the market to help people find jobs haven't caught up to the way that people want to discover these opportunities. This is a job fair. These job fairs occur in the Philippines, they occur in Jakarta, and this is very transactional. Again, how can a job seeker find a job that fits them in an environment like this? This is the market that we're going after. It's very simple. JobStreet, owned by Seek, has a monopoly in Southeast Asia. They recently purchased the remaining assets of JobStreet that they did not own for $524 million. They also purchased the second largest job board in Southeast Asia called JobsDB. And recently, JobsDB shut down in the Philippines. So in the Philippines, it's really just Kalibrr and JobStreet. So this is the monopoly that we are disrupting in Southeast Asia. It's a big market. The Philippines and Indonesia alone have 200 million workers, average age of 22. When you think about this, what we're doing is probably the most important startup. Because if people cannot find good jobs, they cannot use any of the services that the startups here offer. This is what we do. We're a talent marketplace that automatically matches people to jobs. I'll show you exactly how we do that. Job seekers go to Kalibrr and they build a profile, very similar to what you would do on LinkedIn. Then they take assessments. We have over 80 different assessments across a wide variety of skills, from clerical skills to programming skills, to sales skills, to customer service skills. And when they take these assessments and they give us their data, we make recommendations to them on jobs that we feel they would be fit for. This is why we call it Where Jobs Find You. Job seekers build profiles, they take assessments, we recommend and match them to jobs. Job recommendations are superior to job search when you don't know what you're looking for. And if you speak to a young job seeker, that is the problem. They don't know what to look for. So we're providing them the jobs that we feel they would be qualified for. we also provide them jobs, recommendations, based off of what other job seekers like them are doing on our platform. Because we're looking at the outcome. Did this job seeker get an interview? Did they get hired? That feeds back into our platform to make better and better recommendations. A simple analogy is if you have used Netflix and you've watched a movie, because you've watched this movie, you might like these other movies. Because people like you, with your skills, have been hired at this company, you should also apply here. For the recruiter, we built an amazing experience that is focused on one thing. How do I get to the right candidate as quickly as possible? Every other applicant tracking system is focused really just on collaboration and taking a manual recruitment process and bringing it into the cloud. Kalibrr is the only platform that actually focuses on the problem of shortlisting. I have all of these candidates, I have all of these applicants. How do I find the right one? When we deliver the profiles, this is what it looks like. We also showcase your skills. We showcase a video sample, a voice sample, a rich profile that allows you to make a decision on whether or not you want to engage with this candidate. And the way our marketplace model works is everything is free. All the job posts are free. The platform is free. You only pay for the people that you like. And you click that green button and you unlock this candidate and you can begin the recruitment process with them. We're using artificial intelligence to power our matching. We're looking at a job seeker's background, where they work, where they've gone to school, what their assessment results are. But more importantly, we're looking at their behaviors. What happens to people like them? Where do they get interviewed? Where do they get hired? And we're using AI to make better and better recommendations to people as well as to companies. Does it work? We've partnered with 11 national agencies in the Philippines to drive over 40,000 applicants and 5,000 qualified applicants. This is important because prior to Kalibrr, the Philippine national government recruitment system was offline. It was literally a bulletin board. Imagine if you were on one island and you wanted to apply to a job in Manila. You would actually have to go to Manila to do that. Magic, they kind of pioneered the SMS concierge. They're building their entire company in the Philippines. Like many Silicon Valley startups who are choosing to scale in the Philippines, we've helped them quickly sort through 5,500 candidates to hire 65 people who are now providing a very high level of service to customers in the US. So we work with the government, we work with Silicon Valley companies, we also work with conglomerates like San Miguel. They're one of our oldest customers, and we've helped them process just in 1 year almost 20,000 applicants, creating over 150 hires. So our platform isn't just for tech companies, isn't just for small companies, it's for all companies. What about the people? This is what the people say about our platform. The hiring process through Kalibrr is really quick. Why is that important? Because the hiring process today, if you send a resume, your resume is just among many other hundreds of thousands of resumes. You have no way to stand out. The assessments allow her to stand out. If you are a fresh graduate from a school, all of your resumes look the same. You can use assessments to stand out. Another job seeker. JobStreet and JobsDB did not make me feel welcome. If you look at those two platforms, that platform is Windows 98. Kalibrr is Facebook. We've built a recruitment platform for the Facebook generation. And what that allows people like Joe Marie to do is to immediately get high quality interviews from our thousands of customers in the Philippines. 1 minute. We have over 7,000 companies that have used us in the Philippines. I'm not going to name other stats, Feel free to share, come talk to me after the pitch. But we're working with the best brands in the Philippines. We're also working with the best companies in Indonesia. Our #1 customer here is actually Gojek. And if you'd like to talk to me about what we're doing with Gojek, we can talk after. These are some of our investors. We were the first startup from Southeast Asia to get into Y Combinator. Cumulatively, we've raised $3.5 million since inception. A little bit of my background: born in the Philippines, worked at Google, graduated from Berkeley. I founded a company called Open Access BPO, which today has 1,000 employees and serves Lyft, Zenefits, TripAdvisor from the Philippines. So I understand innately what it takes to hire people. I've hired thousands of people running that company. I understand the recruitment problem as well as the job seekers problem. My co-founder Dexter also went to Berkeley. Julius, Stanford graduate, part of the IPO team at Agilent, all based in Manila. This is some of the press. I think the one thing that I'll highlight is if you go to Facebook, Facebook did a case study on Kalibrr. First one that they've done in Asia in 2 years. Why? We're helping turn the news feed into a platform to launch a career. So if you care about building the economic infrastructure of Southeast Asia, if you care about helping young people get great jobs, if you care about creating future customers for all of the startups in Southeast Asia, then you should care about supporting Kalibrr. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul. Any questions for Paul before we finish Paul's session? Any questions? Any basic questions? Oh yeah.
Any special things you're doing with acquiring students or job seekers?
Thanks. Nobuki Harv, Excite, Indonesia. Just got a quick question. What are you doing? Are you doing anything special for acquiring job seekers or students? And also, if it's not students, or if it's like a person who has their career for 4 or 5 years, how do you access to them?
Sure. 60% of the job seekers in our platform are what we call millennials, often looking for their first, second, or third job. 30% are the mid-careers who have been working for a few years. 10% are the more senior executives. We primarily source and find job seekers digitally, using social media, using Google, but also using traditional media companies. I'm happy to share with you what that strategy is, because it's a strategy for us to essentially help a traditional media company, which is a newspaper, monetize their traffic using recruitment.
Any other questions?
Thank you for the presentation. I'm from Binos. My name is Tayo. The question is, do you have any system to verify the profiles from the applicants?
Sure.
Yeah.
So when job seekers take assessments on our platform, those assessments happen online and they're unproctored. When the job seeker is invited for an interview and they get invited on site, we can trigger a very similar assessment, much shorter, to validate that person's identity. Because that person theoretically should answer with both the same answers as well as the same pace. So if they're having to think about what to answer, our technology can detect that this person is potentially not that candidate, and we can trigger a longer assessment. So that's how we validate identity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Last questions?
Hello, Julian from Vertex. I just wanted to ask you, what is the business model that you plan to have or you currently have right now?
Sure.
Yeah, basically how you monetizing your placements.
So the way JobStreet and JobsDB make money is their traditional advertising models. In the Philippines, you pay $150 to post one job. You don't know what you're going to get. Our marketplace model, all of the job posts are free. You can post as many as you like, and companies purchase credits that they use to unlock candidates who they like. That is our primary marketplace model. But we also have an applicant tracking system, which is more of the traditional SaaS-based software model. We're competing against companies in the US like Kalibrr and Greenhouse, and are focused on capturing the emerging market recruitment sector, because nobody is actually doing applicant tracking system in emerging markets. So the business model is technically called a SaaS-enabled marketplace. We're the only platform that connects a software applicant tracking system with a talent marketplace. And because we do that, we derive efficiency because we help the company solve their two most important problems. I need help finding people, and I need help qualifying people. We're the only platform that does both.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much.
More information you can stop by the web and talk with Paul.